Celebrating our paramedics. A shakeup in the local media. And BRIAR Summers is back with your Muskoka on stage. All that and more coming up right now. Welcome to Cogeco News for May the 27th. I'm James Bowler with what's happening in your community. Well, the newest update from the Simcoe Muskoka District Health Unit shows no new confirmed infections in Muskoka. This puts us about 2 weeks without any new confirmed infections, while testing is ramped up across the province. And Parliament was in session today in Ottawa to debate issues around COVID-19. Nearly 4 dozen MPs were in the House, with others logged in virtually. MP Scott AITCHISON was not in the House today. But speaking on Friday's taping of the riding report, the representative from Parry Sound Muskoka said the time is right for the House to get back to some sort of normalcy.
You know, it's going okay, but we need to get back. I think that, you know, as our economies open up with precautions to make sure that everybody's safe, there's absolutely no reason why Parliament shouldn't do the same thing. In fact, I think I would suggest that Parliament is, you know, is equally as important as any business. It's essential and fundamental to our democracy. So it's, you know, the government needs to be held to account. That's a constitutional role of Parliament, and we need to get back.
And back here in Muskoka, a local newspaper is undergoing a bit of a major change. The Huntsville Forester, along with other local papers under the Muskoka Region banner, will be moving under new management. The local paper reported today that its parent company, Torstar, is being sold to Nord Star Capital for $52 million. That company's owners reportedly have plans to privatize the media organization. They will also hire on former Ontario Premier David Peterson as the company's vice chair. There's no word on how this could affect the local newspaper, but at this point, it seems to be business as usual. And this week, we celebrate some very important members of our community. This is Paramedic Week.
I think you have to be a people person to enjoy being a paramedic. There's the clinical side of things, which is great. It's really fun and exciting to do medical things in the field independently, which paramedics can do. But it's also enjoyable just to build relationships and get to know people and be there for them in some of their worst times of their lives and be that person to help prop them back up and get them through those tough days. It's tricky right now with limited interaction with people, but hopefully when this is all said and done, we'll get back to being able to be out in the community, be close to people, and bring that human factor back to emergency care.
It's kind of like a big family here. When I got hired last year, it was one of those, there was 80 of us, and they just did a hire this year, and you know, now there's a little over 100, but it's kind of like a big family. You work together, you laugh together, you go through tough times together, but everyone's got each other's back, so it's been easy connecting with everyone here, for sure.
I think it's the camaraderie between paramedics as a profession in a whole that really helps us get through those times and helps us excel to the highest level of offering help medically and just comfort to patients too. And you have to be always willing to learn and move forward with everything that comes your way, including such things as a pandemic. It's changed the way we even just get in a truck and approach a call and keep safe and keep the public safe as well.
There's a challenge to the job in that the paramedics have to build trust in somebody that they've never met, and they have to do it in 10 to 20, maybe 30 minutes. So imagine trying to build rapport and trust that quickly, but they do it every single day when they interact with people.
It's nice to be there to comfort them and help them and get them from point A to point B and get the treatment and help they need. So
we have a little over 100 paramedics here now because we ramp up in the summertime, but love working with every single one of them and proud to be able to lead and guide them through not just pandemic times, but every time and every challenge that we face.
And a big thank you once again to all of our paramedics. And with that, we are taking our first break, but stay tuned. We're going to have a chat with our local mayor of Huntsville up next. Welcome back, and now joining me once again is Huntsville's Mayor Karin TERZIANO. Karin, thanks very much for taking the time today. Really appreciate you doing this.
Pleasure, James.
So first off, we're going to talk about the council meeting just happened earlier today. A few discussions coming out of that. One of the more interesting ones that we were discussing yesterday with Kelly from the Chamber was support for local businesses. So can you give me an idea of how that discussion went and what the plan is moving forward?
There were quite a number of asks in the letter from both the Chamber and the BIA for assistance from the town, and I think we've actually put in place quite a few things already today, including some resolutions. We're moving forward with marking out social distancing on the main street and getting some hand sanitizer stations to place outside of businesses on Main Street. We're working with individual businesses. We've had requests for patios and for food trucks and for yoga classes, picnic areas, things like that. And we're working one-on-one with businesses, making those things happen. We agreed to enter into a collaborative marketing plan with the Chamber, Lake of Bays, BIA, and the Huntsville Municipal Tax Accommodation Board. So that passed at council today. We gave the CAO, or the CBO, the Chief Building Official, the ability to waive building fees up to $300 for things like outdoor patios and temporary structures to help businesses get going in being able to do things that will help them create more social distancing. So we put a few things in place today, pretty happy with those, and we've got some that we're going to look at and probably have another meeting in a couple of weeks.
What's the rollout on these procedures right now, Karin? How soon could we be seeing these? How soon could we be seeing these items roll out in the community?
Well, we think we're going to be able to do the street markings in-house, so I think we will have those done within the week probably. We'll just get some stenciling and paint those on. We're just having a hard time accessing stands for the standalone sanitizers, but as soon as we can find out where to have those, we'll have those out on the street. We're moving as fast as we can. Accessing some things is becoming a bit of a problem, I think, for everybody across Canada. So,
all right. So, tell me about other bits of the council meeting today. Anything else that came out that would be of interest to the community? Coming up.
Well, we passed our audit. We had quite a few financial reports. The town's actually looking like it's in pretty good shape. We had an update on our recovery plan for how we'll move forward as we reopen from COVID-19. We talked a great deal about things like opening in a very safe manner and making sure that whatever we do, we put the safety of our residents first and foremost as we reopen things. We purchased a new used grader today. So, still everything seems to be revolving quite a bit around COVID-19.
Karin, I want to talk about the province's move to continue the emergency, the emergency plan, which also includes, no greater groups than 5 people right now still until June 9th, I believe. And I've seen comments that people are confused as to why parks and other amenities are opening despite the fact that we're still keeping people pretty tightly, isolated at this point. Can you kind of explain the mentality behind that process?
Well, I think the emergency that was extended today to June 9th, there's actually 2 different emergencies out there. One is the one the one they extended today is the plan so that they have the powers to do certain things. That the extension today gives us the ability to meet electronically. When that one stops getting extended, we'll have to go back to regular council meetings or not have them. It's how they can redeploy certain union people into healthcare fields and things. So that's the one that was extended today. The Emergency Act or the plan that continues to have you with 5 people as a max, and what they're reopening is actually a different one. They're all, they can all only be extended for 2 weeks at a time. So there is some confusion as to which one does what. But specific to your question, James, I think that regardless of whether we can only gather as 5 people or we get up to a number of 10 people, social distancing is going to be required no matter how many people are gathering. So we're probably trying to get open some of the outdoor spaces so that people can enjoy the outdoor and can be in green spaces, but still have to practice social distancing.
And Karin, just before I let you go, last thing I wanted to ask you is how far away are we from seeing some of these municipal facilities reopening again, do you think?
I don't think we're all that close, James. I would be surprised if we saw any indoor facilities open before the end of June. The only exception might be Town Hall. But as far as recreation centers, the Summit Center, the libraries, Club 55s, I don't see it happening for another month.
All right. Well, Karin, I appreciate you taking the time. We'll look forward to seeing what comes out in the next couple of weeks in terms of new protocols. But as always, we appreciate you and council doing everything you can to keep on top of this. So thanks again.
Okay, thanks, James.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Well, this is going to be a very different summer in Muskoka, as one of the most popular events of July 1st is, for the first time ever, being canceled in Bracebridge. Now, I recently chatted with Steve Meadley of the Rotary Club of Bracebridge about canceling the Canada Day fireworks.
As you know, James, the Canada Day celebration in Bracebridge is a big event. It's an event that the whole town and people from throughout the area are attracted to watch the sort of pre-fireworks activities that we have, and then of course the fireworks show itself that culminates at around 10 o'clock. Anyhow, we normally get about 10,000 people on a really good day to that event, and with the current COVID-19 situation that we're in, unfortunately, the medical officer of health has said that we can't have gatherings of any significant size, and it doesn't appear that we're going to be able to gather by July the 1st. And the issue that we have as a club is the amount of work and effort that goes into planning and organizing this event. Even if things lighten up in terms of our ability to get together, it'd be very difficult for us to make all the arrangements, gather all the resources in order to put on the type of event that we're normally used to doing.
So, you know, it is unfortunate. However, it seems like you are making the appropriate decision. And, you know, I mean, other than just immediately getting shut down and planning all this up until that point, it really just doesn't seem to me much point to doing that. So I don't really want to leave this on a sour note. So let's talk about some of the more positive things that the Rotary Club has been doing in Bracebridge, you know, during this time.
Well, you know, we haven't been sitting still. The Rotary Club of Bracebridge and actually all of the Rotary clubs in our area, whether it's the Rotary Club of Muskoka Lakes or Rotary Club of Gravenhurst or the two Rotary clubs in Huntsville, have all been very, very active in the communities in terms of trying to help out people in need. The Rotary Club of Bracebridge distributed $25,000 in food gift cards to families throughout the Bracebridge area. They've made over $5,000 donation to the Amana Food Bank and provided funding $2,000 to the South Muskoka Hospital Foundation. The Rotary Club of Gravenhurst has also, I think, made a $20,000 donation of grocery gift cards to families in need in the Bracebridge area. Lots of other activities that clubs are doing in terms of helping people out by having a grocery delivery program where people can place orders for groceries who can't get out of their homes, or the elderly, primarily the elderly. And we'll deliver groceries to their homes. People are making face masks. There's all sorts of projects that are underway.
The Rotary Club says it will plan to try to run some sort of fireworks show later in the summer as social distancing does allow. So we'll have more details as that becomes available. Now, we are going to take another break, but stay tuned for more after this. Welcome back. And while we are all feeling the negative effects of COVID-19, for those with compromised immune systems, the concern is much greater. Our Samantha Johnson reports.
Sandra Holdsworth, founder of Muskoka Gift of Life, an organ recipient, recently spoke with Cogeco News about how COVID-19 has become more concerning for people who already have compromised immune systems.
It's scary because you know, the virus. You don't have a vaccine or an antibiotics to protect yourselves from this virus. One of the things that has made the transplant community a little bit pleased is that more people understand what it is for someone to be immune compromised. And so the transplant patients world always was being cautious. A lot of transplant recipients, lung transplant recipients, and others who recently had a transplant would have worn a mask, would have worn protective gloves, keep sanitizer companies in business because they always have them in their purse and their cars and stuff like that. And so now the general public is more cautious about what they're doing, how they touch things, how they touch their face, how they show up at conferences with a cold, or if they sneeze, how it can affect others. And so that's been a positive thing for people to realize that. The other thing is the fear of going. I haven't gone for my blood work. I haven't gone to see any of my transplant team. And so, you know, eventually I will go for blood work, but I am afraid, like, you know, so I'll wear my mask and I'll follow the precautions and stuff like that. But, you know, the virus is still there and we do need to protect ourselves.
And though there's a lot of uncertainty with COVID-19, Sanders says it definitely has brought a lot of conversation to the forefront about organ donation.
We're all at home, our families are together, and based on when we had our Green Shirt Day in April with the Boulay family, it's about the kitchen table talk, to sit down and to talk about what your wishes are if you wish to be an organ donor.
So now, more than ever, Sandra encourages you to have that talk with your family and friends and consider becoming a donor, and to remind everyone to keep being safe. For Cogeco News, I'm Samantha Johnson.
Just a good reminder that as bad as this does feel for us, there are some people that have it much, much worse. We are taking our last break, but when we come back, a look at Muskoka on stage.
Ontario is extending its emergency stay-at-home order, but that just means more opportunity for you to catch great shows from the comfort of your couch. Time for your weekly fill of musical goodness with Hunters Bay Radio's Quarantunes. This week, soothe your stress by tuning in to listen to Canadian singer-songwriter and guitarist Stephen Stanley of the Stephen Stanley Band and formerly of the vibrant alternative rock band The Lowest of the Low. Catch him Thursday night on the Hunters Bay Radio Facebook page starting at 7 p.m. You can also tune in Saturday at 7 p.m. for a performance from the incredibly talented singer-songwriter Angie Nussey, who is no stranger to the music scene in Muskoka. The Essential Concert Series presents Ron Douglas with Richie Benson this Thursday night at 8 p.m. Ron is an award-winning blues player and singer from Rama First Nation. Ron and Richie are a powerhouse of acoustic blues music who will move you and groove you live on the Essential Concerts Facebook page. And a concert that would usually require you to travel to the East Coast is now available to you in the comfort of your home. Nova Scotia's Deep Roots concert, which usually runs in the fall, is moving online this weekend. Deep Roots COVID concert starts Saturday, featuring artists Zachary Miller and Heather Kelday. You can head over to the Deep Roots Music Videos YouTube channel to tune in. And here's a bit of what you can expect from that online concert.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
That's it for this week, but make sure to tune in again next week for some more great virtual shows coming to you soon.
That's Cogeco News. For more information on the program, head over to YourTV.tv or connect with us on social media. And just a quick note, Huntsville and Parry Sound, we're bringing back Tuesday Night Bingo next week at 7 p.m. So make sure to get your cards and get ready. You can win some money. And remember, you catch us live at 5, Monday to Thursday from everyone here at Cogeco News. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.